train hungry. I literally mean I want you to train hungry. Fasted state training. Look, if we're training to be healthy, if we're training to be optimized, then we don't want any exogenous nutrients inside our body. We don't want any energy diverted to the gut. We want to solely rely on our body to where we can start to really utilize or teach the body how to use 4 different fuels. Stored glycogen, fat, ketones, and lactic acid. Now, we can't do that on a full belly. So the whole point for me in training is I'm doing this for metabolic health. And if metabolic health is my top priority, there is no black or white about this. You got to train. You got to train hungry.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I always get a bit confused about when we go out into the world and talk to people about it, because everybody seems so surprised or confused by it. To me, it makes perfect sense. Train hungry. You don't have any extra energy.
There's such a huge disconnect, man. Like,
it's just strange to me that we don't want to be just talking to each other in the echo chamber, but it's so obvious that if you're relying on your body's own ability to lift this weight 20 times, 30 times, and then go run a mile, and then do it again, and then do it again, and do it again, you're going to be healthier. You're going to be more metabolically balanced than if you're not relying on your body's ability to do it.
Yeah, but isn't it just common sense, right? It's mostly the chubsters that will be like, I got to fuel before I eat. And I'm like, what is sitting on your midsection, bro?
Yeah, the logic of it is muscles make me healthy, muscles make me look good. In order to get bigger muscles, I need to lift more weight, so I need to be fueled for the ability to lift more weight. That's the logic, but I just think that, in practice it breaks down when you go, okay, but 2 questions. Number 1, who's more aesthetically pleasing? And again, aesthetics are people's opinions. But number 2, and more importantly, are you metabolically healthy?
Yeah.
Are you healthy?
But that's not even how it works.
What do you mean?
What I mean is you don't eat before you train. That's not an available fuel.
Right.
Like, it takes you 5 hours to digest that.
Anyways.
So what are we taught? You think that's how it works. You're dumb.
And I also don't understand how people, because again, it's not like in the last 6 years, it's not like I've never once had a full belly when I've trained, but I don't know how someone can enter zone 5 with a full belly. I will vomit. If I get into the lower range of zone 4
that's an indicator of how hard you're working. Because I tell you what, if you eat a meal and you come to my gym, you're dead.
You're barfing.
Yeah,
you're barfing. You're quitting.
You're gonna vomit violently several times.
Yeah. It's like one day I came in having eaten salami like 2 hours before. I ate like a salami sandwich. I came in and we did something. I think it was like thrusters and running. I came in off one of the runs. I was just like, that was a 5-minute run because I was barfing. It's just not possible to have a full belly and do this type of high intensity work.
So it tells me right off the bat that you want to talk about being in an unnatural state.
Yeah.
That your body's literally telling you,
stop, because
we need to eject this because we're not in the state to handle this. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know, like, from a common sense.
I can just taste that.
Yeah, man. I can still smell it. I remember that, man. It's gross.
It was a bad one.
This dude eats a lot of deli meats, man, and it's.
For us, just to be, to reiterate, we want your body to use those 4 types of fuel. We want your body to rely on itself in the workout. And so that's one of the meanings of training.
Yeah, and then the other meaning of it is, hungry dogs run faster, right? Like, it has to be important to you. Another meaning of train hungry is, man, you got to train like your life depends on it, because it really does. Like, the amount of effort you put into it matters. Like, it's an intangible thing. We cannot measure it, but I'm telling you it matters. Because if I look across my whole career of people who've had miraculous change and the people who've had no change, the one X factor is these people train hungry, man. Like, they want it. They just want it.
What is your why?
Right. They want it. And the best example I can give you of this is when I first started my career, I had this client from the UK, had a twin brother. His twin brother died of a heart attack. And this guy was no athlete. This guy was maybe 30%, 35% body fat, middle age.
What age? Yeah,
middle age, like mid 40s. I'm assuming. I can't remember. But this guy came in with so much fear, and he had no athletic ability. The way this man trained, like I can still remember it because it was so inspiring to watch this dude move. Like if he was on Oprah and told the audience how quickly he got his results, they would have called him a liar. Yeah. Like there's no way that happened. Within like 3 months, this guy went from like 35% body fat to like 15% body. And not only that, but he looked great. That dude got 20 years younger, man. And it was nothing but pure carnage when he stepped onto the floor. Bro, it was like fun to watch, man. Like fun to watch. Yeah. Like I would just sit back and just be like, I'm like cheering for him because he's working so hard. So that's what I'm talking about. Like effort, like that training hungry, man, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like
there's a difference.
There's a difference. Like when you know when somebody's not working, and you know when somebody's working.
And this is one of those things that everybody's got to find for themselves. It's entirely personalized, and but everybody can develop that intention. When I talk about intention at the beginning, this is what
I think one of the things you have to do is you have to use your imagination. And this is what I mean. Like when I first started my journey, I didn't have a disease yet, but I knew it was coming. So I acted as if I was already dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's how we need to frame this, because same thing with the same guy who I was talking about had really poor work ethic until he got diagnosed with something. Now that guy's work ethic, he's got incredible work ethic. Right. So it took that diagnosis.
That fear.
But let's not let it get there.
Right. We don't need to degrade to the
Let's use our imagination to say, hey, I'm there. Like, I know I'm there. I can feel, like, the anxiety in my mind is telling me I'm there.
Yeah.
So let me act as if, and let me come out of my skin and do everything I can to prevent this from happening.
Yeah. And the other thing about training hungry is it's also one of the few things that we really can't control. So if you're somebody who doesn't have much time in the gym, you don't know all of the motions, all of this is new and foreign and maybe even a bit scary, you can still be hungry, though. You can still get after it, though, right? Whether you're skilled in the gym or not.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's got no bearing on it. But here's the other thing, too, guys. You guys are not set up for success in normal gyms. Just the way the layout is. You're now at the mercy of this slow-paced, monotonous, and endless circle jerk of machines. Do you know what I mean?
Is there a space, a 21 by 21 foot space in your gym where you can just do burpees, do box jumps?
Guys, get a box.
Is there a rower?
Get a box. Get some kind of mat that you can hit the floor and stand up. Get a pull-up bar. If you got a box, a mat, and a pull-up bar, I'm going to murder you.
You can mess yourself up. You can train hungry.
I'm going to mess you up. And you don't need to go deal with these outdated gym layouts. Like, it irks me every gym I go into.
Yeah.
Because all I'm thinking about is like, God, what a waste of space.
Yeah.
Like, I could make this place into such a
This
cool
is 4,000 square feet.
Yeah, and it's like you can't you have to walk like
around the machines.
And shit. It's like, yo, this is just god.
The dumbbell area will have like a 1 meter sort of space down, like a 20 meter.
It's just set up for monotony. If I was in the States, I would not be going to a gym. I would have a garage, or I'd have a living room that was converted into a pain cave. You don't need a lot. Like, what you need is an attitude.
Yeah.
You need aggression. You need to train hungry. Right. And then the next one is you need to use micro goals. Micro goals is a way to trick your brain. Like if we think about the macro, and again we can use ring the bell as an example. The macro, like if a new person walks in and just sees the mountain of work we have in front of us, you can literally see the body language change immediately, where they already turtled, and we didn't even start yet. Micro goals is a way to trick your brain. Again, within the moment, but having these short little dopamine wins.
Rewards.
Right. Right. Just a dopamine hit. Like if I have 100 burpees, I'm going to break that up into 5 workouts. I'll look at the clock and I'll hit the first 20. So I set the standard off my first set. And then once I hit it, it's like, all right, I'll either attack that like an imam or just give myself a couple deep breaths, like I'm getting ready to go deep diving, right? And then hit the next 20. And then the whole goal is not to stop on the 20. Finish the set. And now I can have 5 workouts within that one little part of the workout where I have 5 wins. And by the end of a ring the bell, I've stacked like 50 wins in that hour.
It feels great.
Building the app, like doing like all the
being able to break things down
getting
into steps.
The bank for international work. Like micro goals. It was like, yo, this is what I need to do today. This, you know what I mean? And I'm able to segment it in my mind because I do it every day. Same thing with relationships, right? It's like,
how am I going to be a better boyfriend today, a better friend today, a better employee today?
Yeah. So it's like I micro goal everything,
right? And
because I'm so like that's just how I think. Right. It's just like if you tell me, oh man, we got this huge project, it's like, hey,
it's okay.
Hey,
what's step 1? What's step 2?
Right.
And then how do we break down step 1 into 10 different things?
Where are my feet at right now?
Yeah.
And now let me attack that.
Absolutely.
This is a way to train for that. So again, when we talk about training for life, like the whole philosophy, the whole mentality thing does translate to every other area of your life. And all of a sudden you become extremely organized and confident.
You're not relying on...
Not only that, but you're not petrified of this obstacle that you have in front of you that has several steps. It's like, okay, calm down. What's the next step?
Even, because you talk about breaking it down for Ring the Bell, but I think you have to do it even with little 12-minute workouts and these AMRAPs.
It's everything. Because again, we're all wired the same way, and our brains work the same way. Right. So it's
your brain is going to step in and ask you to stop.
Yes, or negotiate that. Hey, we don't need to do this.
We could do a little bit different.
We just slow down a little bit, right? So you have to understand why that mechanism is in our DNA, and that if you're going to achieve in anything, you have to know that you have to override that. Because success wasn't wired into it. Survival was, right? Yeah. So our brain is built on, hey, let's just get by.
Let's get by today.
And if we want to optimize and be our best selves, we have to understand that we need to have the mental fortitude and discipline to override that natural switch.
And micro goals work to do that as well because
now you can
dopamine hit.
Right.
Now you're tricking your brain.
Right. Now you're getting that dopamine.
Shut up, bro. We just did it. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, shut up. We just did it. And so as the brain is trying to talk to you, you can talk back to the brain with these little hits of success.
And again, if you don't think that healthy living is not about understand, because what we're talking about truly is biohacking. Right? And micro goals, everything we're talking about is how to manipulate your hormones to work for you instead of against you. Right? Yeah. That's all this is. From the diet to the sleep to how we train, it's all about manipulating our hormones and understanding the process of it all.
Yep.
That was deep, bro.
We're offering running commentary.
That was deep, bro.
We can segue.
Us up on the back. Never miss a training day. Now, I'm not saying that every day's got every day for me is a training day. But let's just say you're on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule.
Oh, fire.
Jesus. Drink much? I'm keeping that in.
So, never miss a training day. Let's say that you're on Monday. I didn't want to. See, the thing is, I was drinking.
And you don't want to be loud?
There's ice, and I didn't want to be loud.
So, you have to become a different person. If you're coming to see me, this means that you're not doing very well in the health department. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that. And one of it is you keep making excuses to not train. If we make a non-negotiable rule, and I'm not saying it's 7 days a week, I'm saying because most people starting out,
they're not going to commit to it. They don't understand why. They
7 days a week is just too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are high intensity days. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are zone 2 days. So I'm just asking you to go out for a walk, right? Throw in a backpack with a couple of bottles of water, Go
walk
walk for 45 minutes.
What you can in 45
Right. So I don't call that a training day, but it's like an active rest day. On the high intensity days, there can be zero BS about that training session.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, I don't care if you got to work overtime. I don't care if you're sick. Ladies, if you're on your period, I don't give a shit. You're not missing that session.
And you're not going to go soft in that session. You're going to go hard. It's going to be a session.
And here's the thing about that. RPE, baby, rate of perceived exertion. Me going hard today and me going hard yesterday were two different things. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday it was not
more weightlifting type of day. Yesterday.
It was for time nonstop. Today was brief, 30 seconds of max effort with a 30-second rest, right?
1-to-1 work ratio.
Even if I'm compromised, I am going to give everything I got that day. I'm not saying I PR it, but I'm giving you everything I got in my tank on that day. And that's the way you approach it. So even if you're having the worst day in the world, you're only going to compound that worst day by not training. Because now you just let yourself down.
Yeah.
And now you let the devil in.
Yeah.
Where if you justified it today, you can justify
it tomorrow.
You can justify it tomorrow.
And the next day. And now you haven't worked out in 7 days.
And I really do call it the devil because I do believe it's the devil's word.
Yeah.
Where as soon as you allow him in, now you've justified it and you made it okay to happen again.
Yeah.
So for me, not missing a day was me knowing that the devil in me is big.
Right.
And if I let him in,
it's just going to snowball.
It's going to snowball and I'm going to end up right where I was. So me not missing a day for the longest time was just about me avoiding that devil because he's been controlling me my whole life, you know?
And it requires honesty. It requires a self-audit of what you're capable of and then setting that standard and maintaining.
What do we say?
Standard.
No pity parties.
Right.
It doesn't,
That's
listen, take emotion out of it, right? This ain't about your feelings.
Yeah.
This I don't care if you had the worst day possible because if you follow through with your training,
it can turn into a good day. Even the worst day.
It's gonna become a day where it's like, you know what? At least I got that done. At least
I won today.
Right.
I won.
My dog died. My girlfriend left. But you know what?
I won today.
I got my training in.
I hit my birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a non-zero day. If we're trying to kill off who you used to be, which was a guy who made excuses at every turn, then we have to completely annihilate that part of you.
Person.
Right. Like where he doesn't exist anymore.
It's not in your identity anymore.
Right. And for me it's the same thing. It's a character issue. Like if you allow yourself to miss a day. Because look, even like let's just say you have a broken arm. All right, well your legs work.
Right. Yeah.
Your legs
what can you do?
Your legs are fine. You know what I mean? So can I go run and do like a couple hundred air squats? Bet your ass I can. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna achieve like whatever I got, I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, like that just changes who you are at a psychological level, at a cellular level. It just changes you.
And if anybody's interested in James Clear in the book Atomic Habits, this is gets into that about what your identity is. I'll say for myself, when I was only training 2 to 3 times a week, the excuses were easier to make.
Like most of the really, like the nicest people you'd ever meet are the most unhealthy people.
Yeah.
And it's because they say yes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just like, oh, I need to be there for this person.
Yeah.
It's like, I appreciate that. But if you really want to be there for these people, right now you're becoming a liability.
Right. Especially if it's a family member, if it's a child.
Right. So you
need to be strong for
remember, we talked about the whole airplane thing and the oxygen mask. We're like, that's not on an airplane.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's like you're instructed to put your mask on first before I help you out. Because I can't help you if I can't breathe.
If I can't help myself.
So it's the same thing. You are the number one priority.
Right.
And then if you make yourself the number one priority, then you can be the rock for everybody else.
And all I'll say to sort of close the point on don't miss a training day is, for me, for years, it was impossible for me to win that argument with the devil until I said, it's an everyday thing. It's a non-negotiable thing.
You know
what I mean?
No is a powerful word, man.
Yeah.
Like once I started saying no
to whatever the distractions were out there.
I was just saying no to things that weren't pushing me forward.
Right.
And
that weren't growth
right.
focused.
So it was like all of a sudden I became like I've changed so much since that time where I was in my head. I'm like, all right, I have this option, but this option definitely doesn't propel me forward. In fact, it's probably going to regress me. So the answer is no.
Yeah.
For the betterment of
The first time you do that, it's hard. It's not easy.
no.
You feel like you're letting people down. You feel like you're missing the FOMO, the fear of missing out.
How easy is it now, though?
Oh, but because I'm
like,
it's not a question anymore, right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. For me, that's I had to remove the question of like, I don't want to be, and I'm not going to the bar Friday night just because it's Friday night. And like now everyone in my life understands that about me. And so the question doesn't get asked anymore. But like, yeah, when I first started refusing there was the FOMO, there was the sort of sense of like, I'm being a bad friend or whatever, but like now it's just easy.
Next one, on time and mentally engaged.
Yeah. If you want to do a bunch of burpees, come to the gym late.
Yeah.
Fisher.
Really, like if you have a time, let's just say you get home from work, getting yourself ready to train, you plan on starting at 7, be dressed and ready to go at 6:30. Just get your mind right, go through the movements, get your game plan down on what you're trying to do, and then execute. If you just rush into it, like if you're training at 7 and you don't start getting ready till 6:55, you're not going to have a very good session because there needs to be this internal talk about where we're going right now.
Like we talked about the micro goals setting.
Right. Well, not only that, but the mental space. Like some of the hardest conversations I have with myself in the morning is like I'm thinking about my body's going to be on fire in about 30 minutes. Now, I need to get myself mentally prepared
to do that.
for that state. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't just put my shoes on
and just go.
And then just get into it. Let me marinate in this mentally and go. Like if it's box jumps and burpees, let me do a couple of box jumps. Let me do a couple of burpees.
And then walk away for a minute or two.
And then tell myself, be fucking aggressive. Right. Be aggressive. Let's hit this, and then start the clock and go.
Yeah, and I would just again reference the Atomic Habits thing, where reducing friction before your workouts. Like when you talk about getting ready, you get home from work and then you're working out at 7 p.m. It's like you got to have your gym shorts ready in a place where they're easy to grab. You got to working out is ritualized.
Be organized.
Be organized.
Be organized. Have a ritual. Get ready. Roll out your back. If you need to stretch. Whatever you got to do. Be there early enough to do that. So if you've made a non-negotiable agreement with yourself that I'm training at 7, be ready to go. Be ready to rock at 7. Regression is unacceptable.
It's a big one.
And this is another reason why we have our benchmarks in place, why we do what we do, why we live the way we live, because regression makes me sick to my stomach when I think about it.
It's a massive regret.
Because if you are regressing, that didn't just happen overnight. You've been making bad decisions for a very long time, and now it's starting to show in your performance.
Kind of a long time. I mean, I had a conversation with Nana about this today. We were talking about 2 weeks is enough. 2 weeks of to me, that's not a long time, right? If you don't do anything, if you lose the path, you're drinking, you're eating, you're not training, whatever it is, you're going to come back and you're going to be in a regress state.
No, it's so much faster than that, Craig. It's 3 days.
3 days, 4 days.
3 days. Let me put it to you this way: your muscles start to atrophy after 72 hours.
Sure.
So this is how unfair it is, and this is why, like, modern culture with the holidays and the birthdays and the weekends, this is why nobody ever progresses.
Right.
Because
they're constantly in the state of progression, then regression, back down to below where they were.
No, because the year it took you to get the gains that you got can literally be lost from one hard weekend of boozing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One hard weekend can derail a year's worth of work.
Yeah.
We test ourselves and we live by the blueprint. And this is a way that we're able to check to make sure our blueprint is working for us or not, through all the benchmark testing. And if I'm not performing at a high level, or if I'm not improving from my last benchmark, then you got to ask the hard question on why, and what am I doing?
Yeah.
How's my sleep? How many times did I drink this month? Right? Things like that.
It just has to be important enough to you to not regress.
That's
why we celebrate achievements so much within our tribe, right? And the reason is I want people, especially newer people who maybe haven't had those physical achievements in the past, to feel really excited and to value that and to like not want to lose it.
Yeah.
And
how could you? I just like. It tells me one thing, that if you're just willing to let it go, you didn't work very hard for it.
Yeah.
And the amount of work I put in, I'll be damned if I give it up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'd be damned.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be important. You got to look at regression as a very, very dirty word. And if you're regressing, guess what? You're getting older. Mm-hmm. And that should be unacceptable. And that leads us to the last one, man. No excuses. Own it. 100% accountability, because your health is your responsibility. It's not your government's responsibility. It's not the hospital's responsibility. It's not your parents' responsibility. It's your responsibility.
It's your job to take care of yourself at the end of the day, so you don't become a liability for the people that you love.
You don't need to trust what we're saying, but if you're using conventional wisdom and what grandma told you, even what your doctor told you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to educate yourself. You need to understand how important functional biological audits are, and that I don't care how clean your blood report is, if you're functionally moving like an old person, you're old.
Yeah, the no excuses thing, it might seem like an obvious thing to say, but what we're talking about here is honesty. It's about being honest with yourself. That's the first step. Because the number one excuse is, well, I'm not that bad. I'm doing all right. Through my late 20s, when I was not doing all right by any standard, I was telling myself, I was completely dishonest with myself about the way I looked, the way what my performance was like, all of these things. And so the first step is to be honest with yourself, and then to constantly audit yourself as you're on this journey and say, okay, well, how many burpees am I doing in 7 minutes? Okay, well, that's less than it was. That's regression. That's the enemy. Need to get after it. Need to change something.
Goes back to the same thing. Like, don't miss a training day. Like, there's no excuses. Like, I don't care if you worked overtime. Like, figure it out.
Yeah. Find a way.
Be the kind of person that figures it out. Right. If you do that, if you become that kind of person, you'll have all the results you want.
Yeah. The results will always follow if you are living a life where you're not missing training days, you're not
if you're living by a standard and a set of principles that are leading you towards progression. Yeah. That's episode 7.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
It's a week ending.
I don't know, I'm tired, man.
we had a rocket ship start and a week ending. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye guys.
Gotcha, bitch.